Women just don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year. And I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
Okay, before we go, what's your math saying?
The conversation and the words that are coming out of the mouth of someone like you, I would never consider top tier. A top tier man is also a man that is extremely desirable by way of his character. A top tier man is a man who displays a certain level of intellect that allows him to consider other people. A top tier man, they lead with love, not with dictatorship, right? They don't want to control their woman. They want to gently lead their woman. A top tier man creates space for a woman to feel good about herself. A top tier man supports the dreams and the ideas of a woman. A top tier man prioritizes a woman. A top tier man is in leadership and working as hard as he is to give the woman the life of her dream.
And with all that stuff that you just said, that was just womanese talk.
Womanese is also 6'4", black, attractive. I don't know too many women in my circle who desire a 6'4" man still wearing braids.
Not still wearing braids.
Treated.
Let's go ahead and get into it, man. The real definition of a top tier man. We heard what she said, right? I do want to get the gentleman's perspective on this as well, based on what she said. But let me start with the ladies first. I'm gonna start with the ladies. I may mix a man in there in the middle somewhere, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with you first, Miss Ty from the Shy. Top tier man. Do you agree with her? And what do you agree about? And what is your definition of a top tier man?
So I understand where she was coming from, but I feel that her definition was coming directly from a woman's perspective of what she would want in a top tier man instead of what society sees as a top tier man. Neither one of them were necessarily wrong. Like he stated, him being over 6 feet, making 100K a year, those are things that society usually says that a woman wants if she's looking for a top tier man. She just decided to talk about all the specific things when it comes to your character and how you make a woman feel. But that's not automatically what you're going to see right off the back. So I don't think that she was necessarily wrong, but I do think she was focusing more so on what specifically she would want rather than what just is a top tier man. In my opinion, I'm not necessarily looking for a man that's over 6 feet and make 100K a year. A top tier man to me would be someone that values me as a person. So my definition would be totally different than I think most people or even what society would put out there as a top tier man. Just because a man makes a lot of money or has a certain height, to me, doesn't make him quality, right? Those are superficial things. I think a man that can come together and I can uplift him and he can uplift me and we can put our money together and build an empire, to me, is a top tier man. Now you can come in that package at 5'3", only making $50,000, but once we put it together, we can really build something. That doesn't take away that status from you just because you're not there yet. As long as you have the potential and ambition to get there, then you're a top tier man in my eyes. But like I stated, my definition will probably be different than what society or most women are portrayed in society to believe a top tier man to be.
Okay. Go ahead, Miss Coco. Wake up. You there? Okay.
Yeah. Well, a top tier man can be on different levels depending on where that woman is at in her life. So like what Ty was saying, me personally, a top tier man is a man that already has his own stuff together, the basics, you know what I'm saying, the basics. So when he comes to me or any woman, he's not automatically a liability for whatever that may be. So a top tier man is a man that just really on his shit, got his stuff together, going to work every day, responsible, don't got a whole lot of drama, a lot of baby mamas, maybe only one, not 2 and 3. So like a top tier man can be a certain men in the hood, a certain men in the suburbs, a certain men in the club. it just depends on that person's level in their life, that woman, and what a top tier man is for her. Because in the streets, a top tier man is a drug dealer, the one that's at the top. So, you know, it just depends.
All right. We'll go ahead and have you chime in, Calvin. I know she had a long list. What do you think? Do you agree with her? I'm not saying that you date men. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to answer this question. You consider yourself a top tier man, right?
Indeed.
Okay, so let the ladies know what qualifications that you possess that would make you a top tier man.
I think that we talked about this yesterday, right? I'm purposed. Like I know what I'm here to do. I know who I am and whose I am. I'm a child of God. You know what I'm saying? I stand on kingdom business, not just any old business. I'm a leader. I'm consistent. I'm passionate. I'm a great father. You know what I'm saying? I strive to be an amazing lover. Y'all had to tell me, give me your feedback. And I like to, you know, be honest and genuine and all the things that I would ask in my person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not asking anybody to come to the table with anything that I'm not doing. Right. And again, what we talked about the other day, being strong in the areas where she maybe has opportunities and recognizing and celebrating and amplifying the areas that she has strength where I have opportunities to grow. Right. So if my emotional intelligence is not where I want it to be, but I recognize that in her, I'm not gonna step on that and mitigate that and discount that. I'm gonna uplift that, amplify that, and enhance that. And we come together like Voltron, you know what I'm saying? And we got something together. But it has to increase my peace. And I would have to be her peace and help her increase her peace if I'm ever gonna ask her to do the same for me. So those are just a few attributes about me. But yeah, Ty did get some very specific examples. Like 5'3" is crazy. How tall are you? I know women want, you know what I'm saying? I know women want the dude to be taller.
I'm
But like
5'3".
okay, you want somebody on your level. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
It's not. I'm just saying, like, height is not a factor
type thing.
necessarily. Like, you're not judging a man. Well, I'm not specifically just judging a man based off of his height.
Type stuff. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not tall. You know what I'm saying? But I never thought that that was a requirement. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like it was more of an energy that I come with versus like this nigga tall, dark, and handsome. I'm not either. I'm not two of those things.
Don't no
Alright.
girl want to be bigger than the guy though. Like he don't have to be really tall. I usually get tall ones, but I don't want to be taller than him. Like I don't want to look down at a man at all for no reason.
Tall than them in flats or taller than them in heels?
Both.
Mm.
How tall are you?
Yeah. How tall are you?
I'm 5'3.5".
Oh, okay. Well,
We
I'm
yeah.
5'9" with the soul of a 6'4" nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Usually
yeah,
like
no, that's fair.
5'9"
That's
and
fair.
up. Like I'm still good.
Shit, 5'5" and up, you still good.